Kingsley, why should the people of Lindsay vote for you?
Okay, because the Greens Party have a policy to fix up three chronic problems we have here in Penrith. The first is the Nepean Hospital. It has funding cuts that need to be restored. And secondly, the Medicare system can be expanded to take care of mental health, dental and chronic diseases. In regard to the housing market, affordable housing is a very big issue that we can fix up by taking out negative gearing. And thirdly, the education system ultimately should be free for all of us, and in particular the Nepean TAFE must have its funding cuts restored. Ultimately, we live in an economic environment where we need to fix.
Hi, I'm Fiona Scott, the Federal Member for Lindsay. This election is about delivering jobs and growth to the people of Australia, but most importantly, bringing jobs and growth to the people of Lindsay. We are investing in this region by delivering the Western Sydney Infrastructure Plan that will see the upgrade of the Northern Road all the way from Narellan through to the Great Western Highway and then on to Andromeda Drive and the Northern Road intersection as well. We're also upgrading Mulgoa Road. Now, these two pieces of infrastructure will link some of the new and emerging business parks that are planned for our region. We are also looking to invest and upgrade many of our sporting and arts precincts right around the community, including Jamison Park and the Lewis Gallery. We are committed to the people of Lindsay, we're committed to the environment, we're committed to ensuring that Lindsay can be a great place to live well into the future. There are no plans to privatise Medicare. These things are just a straight scare campaign. That's why you can trust the coalition government to ensure the security of Australia.
So if the voters of Lindsay want a well-funded and well-resourced NDIS, they need to vote Labor. If the voters of Lindsay want fibre to the home rolled out and not fibre to the node rolled out, and they want good quality access to the NBN, they need to vote Labor. If the voters of Lindsay want Gonski fully funded, as was promised by Tony Abbott, and then that promise broken and Malcolm Turnbull continuing to break that promise, they need to vote Labor. $46 million into our schools on a needs base. If they want a well-funded Nepean Hospital, they need to vote Labor. I've secured $88 million for Nepean Hospital upgrades, which are urgently required and urgently demanded by the doctors and the nurses that work up there. All too often I hear our community cry out about how badly the hospital is being let down and neglected by Liberal governments at both a state and a federal level. I will stand up for Nepean Hospital. And of course, if you want Medicare to stay as Medicare is, you need to vote Labor. The Liberals have invested $5 million in a privatisation task force. Vote Labor, save Medicare.
Hello, Steve Roddick here from Australian Liberty Alliance. I'm standing here in the seat of Lindsay for Australian Liberty Alliance. I'm proud to be part of a team that includes Angry Anderson and Kiralee Smith. I'm doing this because I'm sick and tired of political correctness. I'm sick and tired of wasteful government spending and sick and tired of our government pandering to minority groups such as Islam. Sharia law is divisive and takes away the rights of women and promotes gay genocide. We have 20 core policies, including smaller, smarter government, reciprocal property rights for foreign nationals, and stopping the Islamisation of Australia. If you like the idea of any of those policies, please go to our website, vote ALA 1 in the Senate, and vote for me and Lindsay. Thank you very much.
The reason they should vote for me is because the AGP and myself are determined to get live export banned. We are determined to close down puppy mills. Because of puppy mills, animals are being put on death row, which is a terrible situation. The culling of kangaroos is an awful situation and we need to have that obliterated also. Plus we would love to put into place education for young people in school when it comes to bringing animals into the classroom so they can learn to empathise with them, and putting them in as volunteers into sanctuaries and into shelters.
In this election for Lindsay, casting a vote for a so-called minor party is in fact a very useful vote. We also say to always preference your sitting member last. In this election, the policies that we are running on are that we don't wish the Lindsay area to become part of a global growth corridor, which means the undermining of Australian jobs and work conditions by what is in effect an alien enclave. We are opposed completely to the overdevelopment of the Penrith area, which will be essentially Chinese-dominated development. We also say that the transport industry in the Lindsay area needs to be protected against this development, so trucking firms will be forced off their rather large properties. We also say that the ice epidemic and the drug epidemic in this area needs to be treated by way of compulsory detoxification. Australia First view is always a nationalist one, and what Australia First is in its very name, Australia First. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Stephen Lynch and I'm standing as the Nick Xenophon team's candidate for the seat of Lindsay because I wanted to give Westies a chance to vote for working class values without being tied to the extreme ideologies of the left and right. With the Nick Xenophon team, we don't believe in left and right, we believe in right and wrong. And we want to provide a common sense alternative to the major parties. Major parties whose leaders all represent seats that border Kingsford Smith Airport. And this is what the difference will be between myself and my Liberal and Labor opponents. Whereas they will be minor voices in major parties, if elected, I'll be a major voice in a minor party. A minor party that is tipped to have the balance of power after this election.